Today we're going to talk about one bad trade. Stay tuned, traders. We'll be right back. G'day traders, Stacey Burke from Stacey Burke Trading. I hope everybody's trading's been going well and you're working constantly at improving. Today we're going to be talking about one bad trade. I was talking to a trader and we exchanged stories, and as I've told you in other videos, I've blown up small trading accounts. I repeatedly did things over and over again that would destroy my trading account through emotional, impulsive, erratic behavior, taking trades outside of my trading plan, moving my stops, not using stops, averaging into losing trades, not really having a trading plan or a playbook of my best trade setups. So today we're going to talk about one bad trade and how one bad trade can actually destroy all of your successes in the markets. There's been lots of stories of very successful traders who, maybe have turned a small loss into a massive loss. And of course, several retail traders, I think 99% of retail traders end up failing at any long-term consistent trading success. I think it's a day-to-day battle for all traders. We all face the same challenges. You might have had a successful trade yesterday and today you wake up with the same challenges as every other trader. And that's obviously to find the best setups for your playbook, your particular playbook. Then also executing according to your trading plan. And part of that is being willing to take losses. And so the critical factor for your long-term success is to be getting good at losing, because you understand the math behind your trades. And one bad trade can lead you to a small trade that might be just an average setup. You take the trade, it might lure you into thinking that it's going to come, goes against you, it's going to come back, so you average in to get a better price so that maybe you can either, when it does go, make more money, or average out with a smaller loss if it hits your break-even point at somewhere in that area. But these are the little things that when you start to engage in them reinforce bad behavior. And it's critical, especially if you're in a trade right off the bat at the start of your session or at the beginning of your week. You take a trade, it comes near your stop loss, you're tempted to move your stop, or if you're using a mental stop, to maybe not execute the stop as you were supposed to do. And then all of a sudden the market moves quickly against you. And you're paralyzed with that decision to execute your stop and take a larger loss than what you originally intended to. And you're at and some traders will leave it until it gets to the uncle point. And I've done that before, where the pain gets so great that you've reached that point where essentially you've done enough damage, you don't want it to go any further, you accept defeat and you execute the loss, and you've taken a significant chunk of your trading capital. So some of the things that I've learned from other traders, and maybe some things that might help you, is to some of the things we've talked about in this, in the other videos and in the 7-step daily routine for high performance traders. If you haven't done so, go to my homepage, download it, it's an audio file. One of the things that I do is, depending on which instrument I'm trading, I usually have a predefined risk for that instrument. So for maybe the euro, if it's the hourly system, it's about 16 to 18 pips, depending on the ATR, the last few bars. If I'm on a 5-minute, it might be 8 to 10 pips max. So I've got that number in my head right away, and I'll have a technical level defined. And so if I can't get quite the fill that I was after, I'll still adjust my position sizing so I can take that technical stop, because that's the point that I've determined on my approach that's where my stop needs to be placed. And I'll write that down and put a sticky note right on the computer screen beside me. I put the stop in the market, I accept that. Now I usually prepare before I get on the screen that my number one goal for the day is to not lose money. And what I mean by that is to not lose more money than any one particular trade allows for. And so obviously I'm going to have losing trades, but I need to minimize the damage on each particular trade. In other videos we've talked about keeping your losses consistent. So 1 hour loss, 1 hour loss, 1 hour loss. And that way, if you get a 3-hour profit or a 2.8 profit or a 5-hour profit, you're working in multiples of what your average loss is. And that's where the math can work for you over the longer trade sample size in terms of your profitability. Now, one of the other things that I'll do is, again, as I visualize executing the trade and taking that loss and then getting right back on the saddle and looking for the next best setup. You might want to share that with a trading friend of yours where you tell them what your number is. If you talk to different traders, you might verbalize that to them so they know, and you've got some accountability with that person to execute your stop. But these are just some little things. Now, the other thing that I would suggest is to have your playbook handy so that you can review that playbook prior to your trades and even during some of your trades, if depending on which time frame you're on, to reinforce what your best trades look like and what the market should be doing when it's behaving according to those best playbook setups. So when it's not, you also understand the critical nature of taking that loss. Your main role is to protect your capital and manage your risk. You can't control what the outcome of the individual trade will be, but you can control how much damage the loss will do to yourself, and you can also control how much profitability you can get out of a trade in terms of maximizing your exit point for a winning trade. So hopefully you got some value from today's video, traders. One bad trade can blow up a trading account. So it's critical that you understand that, you reinforce that through your mindset training and your review of your best trade setups, building your playbook, knowing about 1 hour losses and keeping your losses small and consistent, and staying disciplined to execute your trading plan and keep flawlessly executing your plan according to the rules you defined. Monitor your expectancy over sample sizes and keep getting better. Stay disciplined, traders, stay focused, and may the markets go with you.
Hi traders, it's Stacey Burke from Stacey Burke Trading. If you haven't done so, please head over to my website at staceyburketrading.com. I create updates on almost a daily basis, and I would love for you to receive them. Just click on the blog. If you want to enter your name and your email address, I'll send you my free audio program, the 7-Step Daily Routine for High Performance Traders. This is essential knowledge for all traders in all markets, and this is for helping traders to master the market with discipline, confidence, and a winning mindset. I appreciate all your feedback and comments. As always, traders, stay disciplined, and may the markets go with you.